You already know the fuck going on. DYNASTY here bring you another episode of my No Money Spent Slugger series, and today this episode is going to start off in the auction house as we are going to pick up Josh Donaldson for a player debut. But we're not going to just debut one player. We have another debut as on Friday's update added some new programs I'm willing to try out. One of them being Anibal Sanchez, impact veteran for the Detroit Tigers. He has some pretty decent stats, and we're not going to do just two debuts. We're going to do a third one as well, as we are going to pick up this Gleyber Torres Future Stars player who does look pretty great. We have been struggling to find good middle infielders because Brian Dozier had a pretty substantial downgrade 2 weeks back. As you take a look at Gleyber Torres' stats, they are absolutely phenomenal. And Paul DeJong, yes, he does have the power, but his fielding, I noticed his fielding is really subpar. As you take a look at Anibal Sanchez's pitches and his attributes, I really wasn't too blown away by his stats, like his per nines per se, but he does have a good amount of pitches, and I was more worried about his control than anything else, as we do get all three players to debut on our first try. As you guys can see, he does have Steven Wright up to the plate, and just from that alone, and judging from his lineup, it's creative player, speed and power. It was very annoying. He was throwing knuckleballs the whole game. As we fast forward to the top of the second, just to show you guys my at bat with my new player debuts. As you can see, I had them batting right after one another, and this guy was playing like such scum. I cut out a large portion of the gameplay. He was trying to do bunchies. He was doing bunchies. He was doing the drag bun where you get a better jump off the steal. He was doing a lot of scummy shit, and he had a pretty good record. And I see how he got that record now. As he strikes out Josh Donaldson on his first at bat for the club, bringing up Gleyber Torres Future Stars card, who actually is pretty great, as well as Josh Donaldson. You guys will be able to see further on in this gameplay. And you guys see I can't time up the knuckleball. It's very hard. A knuckleball is hard to hit, as we all know. And this guy, he also had Phil Niekro come off the bench. His team wasn't really more about power or more about overalls or pitching. It was about how he can annoy his opponent, and it worked for him perfectly in this game against me. I couldn't do much with the knuckleball, as he has Chase Utley up to the plate against Anibal Sanchez. We're gonna make it an 0-2 count with the slider high and away. I did miss time throwing the pitch, so I did hang that slider. Thankfully, he was not able to do anything with it, as he just is late on a curveball. If anything, if you guys have this Anibal Sanchez, obviously is going to be his pitches are ordered from his best pitch to his worst pitch, as we strike out Chase Utley there. All I can recommend is be careful about that curveball, because it can get out of control sometimes, as we are able to beat out a shallow infield single to the pitcher, bringing up Josh Donaldson for his second at bat. And he gave us a good pitch to hit, but the knuckleball is hard to navigate where it's going to go, and we get just on top of that pitch, and we immediately ground out into a double play. We just missed that, bringing up Gleyber Torres. Second at bat for Gleyber. Again, we need to start practicing on that knuckleball some way, somehow, because it is a problem. The events, thankfully, Phil Niekro was not able to be a part of the Phenom event, as Gleyber Torres hits a hard ground ball up the middle. Sadly, he makes a great stop and therefore gets another out on our debut player, having a rough time with our players in their debuts, as we have a 3-2 count to Omar Vizquel, and he gets a blooper right on the third base line, and he's gonna turn that into a double. What bad luck on our part. He brings up Carlos Gomez. He has 82 speed on second base. He is going to steal third, and that's what I was talking about. I think it's some kind of theory out that when you show the bunt, you get a better jump and therefore able to steal faster. So that's exactly what he did, and I guess it worked for him, because even though he has 82 speed, I think we should have been able to pick him off at third. Nonetheless, I guess it's a smart play by him. We decided to walk Carlos Gomez in order to force a double play opportunity, and he has 2 speedy players on the corners, and he has a speedy player up to bat. And we are going to go into bunt defense, because throughout the game with D. Gordon, he has shown a willingness to bunt. So we decided not to take any chances here. We are throwing high fastballs, so if he is trying to bunt, we are going to force a pop-up or a foul ball of some sort. And here we get a double play situation, but Jose Reyes just ignores the whole existence of the baseball, and he is going to get a soft hit grounder past Jose Reyes for a double, bringing in a run. That was extremely frustrating. Here I forgot to put on bunt defense once again, because of that annoying play that just occurred. Jose Reyes diamond fielding, that should not even. Fielding needs to be fixed in this game. The hitting is fixed, the pitching is fine, the PCI is fine. Focus on fielding, please. Fielding needs to be fixed. As he bunts over the second run, and he has his creative player up, and now our Gold Glove third baseman Josh Donaldson, what are you doing, buddy? The ball goes right under his glove. I thought that was one he for sure could have caught, but into the top of the 6th, Josh Donaldson is going to redeem himself with a no doubt opposite field home run. Sadly, that is the only run we are able to make in that game. Thankfully, it came from debut player though. I've been struggling with debuts ever since that Wade Boggs, but Jose Reyes had pretty decent debuts, so never mind that. As we go up against the Mexico MX Dogs, he has an all-gold team, including that Garrett Cole on the mound. Fast forwarding to the bottom of the 2nd, Gleyber Torres up to the plate. He hits one past Trey Turner with a very hard hit ground ball, giving him his first hit for the squad, and that is going to bring up Gary Sanchez. And you guys can hear the music gearing up. 1-0 count. Gary Sanchez is gonna take him deep into Fenway Park. That ball is gone into the Green Monster. It is a 2-0 score. Bottom of the 3rd, Jose Reyes up to the plate. He misses the ball twice, and this was for sure going to be an infield single. Inside the park home run. So he decides to quit, hopping into our 3rd game of the video, because that game was way too short. He has Rich Hill on the mound. I don't need to say anything else about his team. Rich Hill on the mound. He must not have been watching the series. 1 out, 0 count to Willie Stargell. He's going to take it deep. Not deep. He's going to take it into the outfield for a base hit. The lefty doesn't matter against Willie Stargell. I love that card very, very much. He throws a fastball right down the middle. I have no idea as to why, or maybe Rich Hill's control is just being shit again. Going up against JD Martinez. It's a hard grounder up the middle. You have runners on 2nd and a runner on 1st with 1 out. That is going to bring up Joey Gallo, which in some way is kind of his debut for this team. And first pitch, we are going to take this ball deep, and it is gone into the dugout. Poor Josh Donaldson can even get another swing at the bat. He is also going to rage quit, bringing us to the fourth game of the video, the Corona Polocas, whatever that means. He has James Paxton on the mound. I know that card has 68 control, so I wasn't too worried about him, even though he recently went diamond. Fast forwarding to the top of the third to Josh Donaldson. Last game, he couldn't even get a chance to swing the bat before our opponent rage quit. 0-1 count to Josh Donaldson, making that a 1-1 count. This guy was really, I remember this opponent, he was really trying to force that cutter in. As you guys go see, he misses it off the plate again there, giving us a 2-1 count to Josh Donaldson. Lefty righty matchup, it is not in his favor. 3-1 count. Josh Donaldson, he already hit one for the squad in his debut game. 3-2 count, giving us a full count. Josh Donaldson up to the plate. James Paxton with the delivery, and the ball is put into orbit. The second no doubt home run for Josh Donaldson in this video. I think this card is gonna have a permanent spot in this lineup for a very, very long time. And that is going to wrap up the video, guys. 4 games, 3 race quits, and some promising hits from our debut players, including Liberatores, who only had 1 hit but is still batting fairly well for our team. And yeah, I really did enjoy that Josh Donaldson, even though his price did kind of go down because he did have a high inside edge when I did put in that buy order, so I did lose a couple of coins, but I can always make them back. We get 3 rage quits, and we take a sickening loss after we play a bunt cheeser and a knuckleballer, but it's whatever. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. I'm DDamage, and I'm out.